Hello grade 10 children, happy to meet you once again with one more English lesson. This is a lesson which focuses on Unit 10 of your grade 10 textbook. In this lesson, we are going to practice grammar. Let's learn how to use reciprocal pronouns appropriately. Let's start the lesson. Children, as this is the very first lesson we are studying on pronouns in grade 10, let me help you recap what you have learnt in previous grades. A pronoun is a word that takes place of a noun. In the sentence, Amit saw Radha and he waved at her. The pronouns he and her take the place of Amit and Radha respectively. Here are some examples for pronouns. I, me, mine, myself. She, her, hers, herself. We, us, ours, ourselves. They, their, theirs, themselves. As you can see, the common pronouns tend to come in sets of 4, all referring to the same person, group or thing. This shows that there are many different types of pronouns, each serving a different purpose in a sentence. Out of the different types of pronouns, in this lesson we will discuss only one type which is less common. These are called reciprocal pronouns. A reciprocal pronoun is a pronoun which is used to indicate that two or more people are carrying out or even have carried out an action of some type at the same time. These actions are carried out with both parties receiving the benefits or results of that action simultaneously. Look at this sentence. Nuwan and Saman were talking to each other in the garden. Here the two persons Nuwan and Saman were talking at the same time in the garden. Now look at this sentence. The children spent the afternoon playing with one another. Here the children are all doing the same action at the same time. So in order to use reciprocal pronouns in a sentence, there must be two or more people, things or groups performing the same action. There are only two reciprocal pronouns. They are each other and one another. Reciprocal pronouns are easy to use. When you want to refer to two people, you will normally use each other. And when referring to more than two people, you normally use one another. Look at these sentences. They will help you to understand the use of two reciprocal pronouns better. Pavani and Nelum helped each other to do their homework. This means Pavani helped Nelum and Nelum helped Pavani. Then this one. Nisali and Ruvi sent presents to each other. This means Nisali sent a present to Ruvi and Ruvi also sent a present to Nisali in return. The children didn't speak to one another during the English test. This means any of the children did not speak with any other child during the English test. Okay, children. I hope you have a clear idea about the two pronouns we have learned today. Now let's do an activity to practice what you have learned. This is an adaptation of activity 8 on page 107 of your textbook. This is the activity. You have to fill in the blanks with a reciprocal pronoun. You can pause the video and do it now. Okay, let's see how you have done it. You have 4 sentences here and you have to complete the sentences using one another or each other. Let's look at the first one. The teacher asked the students to cooperate with blank when doing group work. So as you can see, there are not two students here, but many students. So you will have to use one another in this blank. So the complete sentence is, the teacher asked the students to cooperate with one another when doing group work. Look at the second one. Upendran and Ganesh took turns in helping blank. So there are only two people here. So how do you fill the blank? You have to write each other. Upendran and Ganesh took turns in helping each other. Now the third one. Both sisters wanted to look after blank during the absence of their parents. Okay, how do you fill the blank? Both sisters wanted to look after each other during the absence of their parents. Now the last one. Everybody should lend a hand to blank during times of emergency. How do you fill the blank? Everybody should lend a hand to one another during times of emergency. Okay, I hope you got all your answers correct. Okay children, let's do another activity. This time also you have to do the same. You have to complete the sentences using each other or one another. Pause the video and do it now. Let's check your answers now. Look at the first sentence. The identical twins like blank very much. So when it is twins, there are two people. So how do you fill the blank? The identical twins like each other very much. Now look at the second one. Most of the pilgrims assist blank when climbing the Sripada mountain. Okay, what is the complete sentence now? Most of the pilgrims assist one another when climbing the Sripada mountain. Now the third one. Our two neighbors help blank very often. Now there are two neighbors here. So how do you fill the blank? Our two neighbors help each other very often. Now the fourth one. Students congratulated blank very happily after winning the competitions. As there are many students, you have to use one another. Students congratulated one another very happily after winning the competition. Last one. Mr. and Mrs. Silva help blank when they are gardening. I know it's very easy now. Mr. and Mrs. Silva help each other when they are gardening. Okay, I hope you got all the answers correct. Children, that marks the end of today's lesson. In this lesson, we learned how to use the two reciprocal pronouns each other and one another appropriately. I hope the lesson was useful. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you again. Goodbye.